LGD
Okay, welcome back everybody. You're watching the Synergy League China Division. This is LGD Gaming on the dial up against Invictus Gaming on the Radiant side. Now LGD are going to open up with a quick panda ban there as I'm just trying to bring up the China Division results here. And I did say in the chat earlier that LGD had won all of their games. That was actually incorrect. I missed one. They have won. They've played twice. They've won both their games against Hyper Glory Team. However, against Newbie, they's tied up 1-1, which means my copy of the results needs to actually double check because it says they've won all their matches. Anyway, so I'll go and confirm that later.
5 seconds remaining.
But LGD, they have actually just come out of a win on the in the Hyper D2XL League as well, up against Tongfu. So we'll see what they've got here. But Scarth banned by Invictus Gaming, straight up. Okay. Not you. Like, sometimes we see him slip into the first ban, but not always. It's I would say maybe about 1 in every 10 games I cast I see him first ban. So Invictus Gaming may be worried about some of the combos that might come out there. But LGD, we've still got a Terrorblade in the pool, still got the Death Prophet, still got the Batrider and the Void. So something big's probably going to slip through here. We'll see which one they're going to prioritize. LGD though, this is pretty. They're chewing into a lot of their overtime here. They haven't even started picking yet. Already going to go below a minute by the looks of it. It's going to be a Naga Siren banned out.
Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
It's interesting. That will leave Terrorblade in the pool most likely, because I feel like it will actually. LG did do out the first pick, so maybe they're just going, you know what, let's leave some of these big heroes in here so we can just grab one and then formulate our plan based on that.
10 seconds
There's a danger
remaining.
if they pick that big hero first that it'll open up the door for IG just to counterpick them.
5 seconds remaining.
And cause all sorts of trouble there, but still. Terrorblade, Void,
Reserve
Razor.
time.
Death Prophet, they're all in there still. The Batrider, of course, as well, still in there. He's actually been getting some more hate in terms of first ban. Been seeing him get banned up first a little bit more often now, although he had been forgotten for a little while, as it seemed. And IG, we'll see what they target next. IG going to spend some time thinking about this one too. No quick bans here. Also going to chew through a lot of their time. And there we go. It's going to be a Void. So we're going to have the big pushes in. Death Prophet's still there. Razor's still there. We're going to lose some of that big Wombo combo though. Right now, LGD getting rid of some of the big disruptive teamfight ults. They've gotten rid of the Song, gotten rid of the Panda's ultimate as well. The Primal Split can cause all sorts of havoc, and they will go for the Death Prophet, pick her up. LGD, so they're going to have a lot of early mid-game firepower, but Death Prophet is a little bit, like, is actually quite squishy in the early phase, so she might have to watch out there. Because she can get picked off repeatedly. Especially, she's kind of vulnerable to a lot of early physical damage too, just because her armor's not great, and it takes her a while to build into that Shiva's guard.
10 seconds remaining.
Once she gets that up though. Definitely quite scary.
Remaining.
I'm just bringing up the stats here. The head-to-head.
LGD
6.82, and it will be Terrorblade and a Bat. Wow, Terrorblade and a Batrider, and the Terrorblade is going to take a little while to come online, but of course he is pretty hard to slow down in terms of the farm department. Death Prophet, though, I don't know how good she's going to be against the Terrorblade though, because Terrorblade goes toe-to-toe with her. She's not gonna survive too well because she doesn't have a lot of burst is the problem, and Terrorblade, of course, can just sunder the crap out of her.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm just trying to bring out the 6.82. Okay, so apparently IG and LGD have not played in 6.82 according to my stats, which I think is full of filthy lies.
Reserve time.
So I've got nothing to go on here. Great. Stats page is lying to me. Okay then. Death Prophet. Now LGD probably got their solo mid up. Batrider probably going to end up in the off lane. Terrorblade in the safe lane. And one of the most annoying things about the Terrorblade is he can lane. If you get him a decent start off in the lane, he can look after himself fairly decently. And if he comes into any trouble, Terrorblade can actually disappear into the jungle very early on. because of his high armor and the fact that he can summon illusions to tank damage for him. And they're not that squishy either. They're only like 200% extra damage, so they're not the squishiest of illusions. He just disappears and you can farm away in there. And when he's just in the jungle, it can be often very difficult to go after him, especially if there's some aggressive supports that are on his team as well, because it can just be very dangerous to disappear in there and try and pick him off. But Centaur will be picked up by LGD, so that'll probably be their offlane sorted out. Question is, are they going to pick up anything to combo with him specifically? Of course, Scarth we often see goes with him, but he's not been selected. And I like this ban here from Invictus, the ban line. And especially if you're watching Team Malaysia, they often let Terrorblade go through, but immediately they will counterpick with both the Enchantress and the Line, and they'll use that to try and shut down the Terrorblade, because in the fights, Line goes in, he can mana drain an illusion, Enchantress steals the other one, suddenly Terrorblade is down 2 illusions, usually his primary ones, and he's still got his Manta split up his sleeve, but Manta's so-so, they're not as good as his summoned illusions, they're a big part of his damage output. And also, of course, with the big burst from Line as well, it really makes it hard for him to get his Sunder off. It's because Finger of Death is a really good way to finish off Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining.
And I think a smart ban there from it, as it looks like they will also LGD decide to get rid of Razor, as well as the Ancient Apparition. We might be seeing some healers come out here. They're targeting that Ancient Apparition.
Reserve time.
A good Ice Blast, though, is also a nice way just to scout ahead and shut down the Blink Daggers, but I feel like we might be seeing some of those annoying healers get popped out just to make sure the Death Prop is even harder to get rid of. They might actually, LGD just might go all in and just try and end the game before Terrorblade even gets close to coming online.
Turn to pick.
He does hit pretty hard, even with just his levels in Metamorphosis and Conjure Illusions. He hits like a freaking truck, even from level 10, 8 onwards, but the problem is he's squishy as all hell, so he has to really build into some health pool and defensive items fairly early on, if not going for a full Manta early. Then at least something like drums, treads, those sorts of things. But even with drums and treads, he's still really squishy. He only has like 1100 health at like level 10. It's not a lot at all. And we see some builds where Terrorblade rushes.
5 seconds
he goes after the Radiance. He rushes Radiance just to try and increase his farm. If he goes for that, yes, he can definitely dish out the damage, but he will die incredibly quickly. So he can't really participate in the fights all that much unless he's got huge AoE CCs to cover for him. Which, in this case, Invictus Gaming don't really. They've got some good pick-off with Batrider. They've gone for the Lich as well, which will hopefully, I wonder if it'll actually be a dual mid. They could throw Lich into the dual mid there, just to try and slow down the Death Prophet, and of course she's really level hungry, so losing 25% of her XP income is really quite painful. LGD go for an Earthshaker, so lots of Blink initiation. And also, against the illusion spam, they don't particularly like that either. Just the Echo Slam cause all sorts of hell. Wow! A Morphling and a Terrorblade. That is greedy as shit. That is ridiculous. Alright, so it's going to be probably Lich Morphling mid. In fact, this is kind of an old school thing. Lich Morphling mid, Batrider offlane, although they might rotate the Lich between the offlane as well, just to try and help out the Batrider get to an early start, because if they can get the early blink on him, that'll really give them the good opportunity just to pick off some of those core heroes, especially if Batrider beats Centaur to a blink, he can just keep jumping him and just picking him off with the lasso, which would essentially just delay his Blink Dagger even further. So maybe they might try and get that Batrider off to an even better start, but we'll see. The Spectre was also the last ban there. IG. Visage.
Invictus Gaming's
it's not a super... So they've got the Earthshaker who could actually facilitate some early pickoffs, but you kind of sometimes want some extra... Unless they get a really good block. I suppose with the damage from Visage, though, Soul Assumption does a lot of damage. So the Visage is not normally an early roamer. In fact, he'll probably play pretty greedy, but the Earthshaker could facilitate some early ganks fairly easily.
5 seconds remaining.
Especially if Death Prophet manages to harass down the mid lane a fair bit. Oh, wait, it's probably Morphling mid, though. If she gets the silence off, she can stop it from waveform mode, but she doesn't usually get silence early is the issue. Death Prophet's build is normally maxing Witchcraft first and getting 3 points in the Crypt Storm, and then her ult at around level 9 or so, level 8 or 9. So she probably won't... They don't think they can kill the Morphling unless she actually... If it is a Morphling mid, then I don't think they're killing him without an early level in silence. Invictus Gaming, final ban here. And right now, LGD, they decide... Well, they decide they're going to get rid of the Weaver. That'd be a lot of physical DPS. Also, Weaver is pretty hard to shut down as well. Just zipping about there. Not sure about him against Terrorblade, though. Their
10
AoE might be a little bit
seconds
limited. Right
remaining.
now they've got the Earthshaker, which is really good, but as far as AoE goes, they don't
5
really have
seconds
good,
remaining.
reliable ways to spam down the illusions just yet. But they banned Weaver thinking that may be
Invictus
LGD's
Gaming's
primary
turn
carry.
to pick.
And Dazzle, going to be the final ban there for LGD. Kind of close on their reserve time there. Now, IG probably looking for another support here. Batrider, Lich, Morphling, Terrorblade. Jesus, that is a greedy draft, my god. Batrider doesn't want to rotate early. Lich doesn't rotate early either, as well. Rotate particularly well either. He's got Frost Blast, obviously, but it's not great
10 seconds
as far as ganking
remaining.
goes. And he wants to be playing fairly defensive, just spamming out the sacrifice
5
to cut
seconds
down
remaining.
the wave, just cut down the waves farm as much as possible. Morphling, of course, just gonna, well, you know what,
Reserve
Morphling,
time.
if he gets like a DD rune or something, can actually pick off someone pretty easy, so we'll see. But Morphling tends to play super greedy as well. It's just sort of one of those things. It's how the hero is normally used.
10 seconds
So I don't think we'll see any
remaining.
extreme aggression from him, which leaves Invictus Gaming with one last support.
5 seconds remaining.
What are they going to go with? And it will be a Rubik. Rubik
LGD
can
Gaming's
fight a
turn
little
to
bit,
pick.
but he's not got a lot of damage. And so, IG, if we see a lot of early aggression come out of LGD, they could be in some trouble. And depending on the timing the Centaur gets his Blink Dagger, if Earthshaker gets an early Blink too, Invictus Gaming might have a lot of trouble actually defending in the fights. And yeah, LGD, they go, alright, we're all in, let's push. More than a Terrorblade. Supports, let's fight, let's go. Might actually, Visage will probably, I'm just looking at this line, and I'm wondering if they'd almost want to prioritize farm on Faith over the Visage, on the Earthshaker over the Visage, just because an early Blink Dagger on him would mean a lot more than Visage getting one early item. Just having that Blink Dagger up for the Earthshaker to initiate with, or even just follow up with the Centaur, just the 1-2 combos coming out of them, would be absolutely devastating for IG. It would be really hard for them to hold any ground against the towers. But as it is, Visage is a greedy hero, so they might just say screw it and just let the Earthshaker run around
10
under
seconds
maybe they
remaining.
hope they get enough early towers that it will facilitate the Earthshaker to make sure he gets that Blink Dagger. But let's call out the lineup now, see who's playing what. Alright, so for IG, Invictus Gaming on the Radiant side, we've got G there
Prepare
playing
for
the
battle.
Terrorblade, June playing Batrider, Ferrari 430 on the Morphling, CH, okay. I'm sure I'm supposed to pronounce that, playing Lich, and Chuan playing the Rubik there. For LGD, we've got Yao on the Death Prophet, Faith on the Earthshaker, in July playing the Centaur, Sylar playing Pugna, and MMY on the Visage. See how they roll out here though. We're going to have Chuan already head out to the bottom line. Probably, I'm expecting Lich to hang around in mid for a bit, just to really just try and slow the Death Prophet down, and they are of course going to send the Terrorblade bottom. Batrider quickly charging up to the top lane to get his ward down. Just trying to give himself vision and for his wrist side. Meanwhile, 4-man sweep rather, by LGD, just trying to get these blocking wards down. I think they're going offensive.
30 seconds to battle.
Don't think so. That'd be... No, it looks like they might be going for an offensive trial with the Pugna, which is doable. The Visage, though, is a little questionable in the offensive trial. They would have been better suited picking up somebody with stuns and disables, because right now, as it is, they've only got the one. Maybe they're hoping between the Decrepification and the Soul Assumption, maybe they can blow somebody up really quickly. Soul Assumption, of course, dishing out a
The
ton of
battle
damage. So maybe just
begins.
hoping between Decrep, Visure, and Soul Assumption, the opponent will just explode. Which, yeah, I mean, you do that against Terrorblade. In fact, they've gone screw it. They're sending Terrorblade top. They said, alright, I think they've realised that there is an offensive trial line coming. And put Terrorblade top. Probably not going to do that well against the Centaur. The Centaur will give him a lot of trouble. But it will indeed be the Lich in the mid lane. They've moved back. In fact, it's going to be dual lanes bottom as well. In fact, Batrider's going to come down here supported by Chuan. I don't know how well they're going to hold this off though. The Batrider can, at the very least, he can hijack the creep wave and drag it with his... Whoa, okay, that's weird. He's not meant to do that. Drag it with his Firefly behind the tower and safely just burn it down. So that's one thing they can do to try and counter the early aggression, but they don't really have a solid answer to Pugna running out and blasting their tower. Lich getting an extra set of tangos early. Just shuttles that out. As he's actually sacrificing with the Death Prophet in range. It's not normally what we see, but there you have it. Meanwhile, Visage said, screw it, we'll just go dual lanes. Actually, he's not going to try him. So Visage is going top, just trying to get his farm. This will also impact Terrorblade as well, as we see the first blood come out. Wow. Death Prophet making an error there, apparently, going in too deep and literally pick her off.
Middle tower is under attack.
I'm quite surprised that the Lich got that. I guess they must have just made a positioning error there. But with only one flow, they really shouldn't have picked off that Death Prophet. It was all now. We can see Visage. He hasn't skilled anything yet. Might think of doing Grave Shield here. Hopefully, they think they'll wait for the Metamorphosis to wear off, but it looks like they're just going to get a ton of damage if they possibly can. Nope, no hoof stomp. Terrorblade will manage to walk away from that. Now, how did you get picked up? And he has indeed, there we go, the early level of silence. So he's deviating from the build a little bit just to try and help facilitate any early rotation here that they can find on Ferrari. Which is possible, as Earthshaker is here. He could try and cut him off. Chuan, though, he's trying to get in to cancel this, as Faith is sitting on top of the rune, and they lift him up. He's going to try and move him away so he can just grab the haste rune. And Faith, probably feeling a little bit silly now. He was sitting on the rune, so Chuan couldn't click it. Fortunately, Chuan can move him. And in fact, Chuan going to deal a lot of damage to Faith here, just running him down. No, Faith's going to be able to walk away there. Unfortunately, the cooldown of Telekinesis is far too long. Meanwhile, top lane, Terrorblade is finding farm. 10 and 1. Pugner's 12 and 7, though. Question is, can Sylar begin to push down towers with the help of the Death Offer? Actually, she is getting lift up as well. This haste rune doing work. Silence comes out. The TP's coming. The right clicks are going to be there. There's a second death on the Death Prophet. Can they find a return kill, though? Faith is here. Not enough mana for a Fissure. He will have it now. Should be able to find Chuan here. No, throws. Cancels to Fissure. Cancelling. Yes, goes. Thinking about it. Cancels again. Just punching Chuan. Punch Chuan. Here we go. Fissure to finish. And Chuan will get picked off. But easily worth the 3-man rotation. Or the 3-man gank there on the Death Prophet. This also finds some space for June as he's left against a solo Pugner. And Faith also losing money. That could have been his early boots, having to use that TP straight away now. Morphling, currently up to 10 and 8. Death Prophet on 1 and 1. She is definitely struggling in this lane. Oh man, this Lich is causing her all sorts of hell. See Terrorblade as well has opted to go into the poor man's shield. Just going to help him out with the harassment there. He can't really trade. Oh, actually, no. Centaur doesn't have a return yet, so he can actually harass him a bit. But it is dangerous for him to come close at the moment. Level 2 Soul Assumption there. Pug has gone for, yeah, 1 level in Ward, 1 in Decrepify, and 2 in the Blast. There's Earthshaker now. Just roaming, looking for the 4-minute rune if he can. And we'll actually pop a Clarity just to... There we go, Chuan's actually going to knock that Clarity off, so he's going to lose that. Batrider as well, Faith down, some trouble there. Regeneration Rune bottled up by the Batrider as well. Faith though, just TP's out. No Flame Break yet for the Batrider, unable to facilitate that kill there. But this is costing Faith serious time and money. It's wasting a lot of time for him, losing this XP gain, because he's always having to TP back to base. And worst of all, that's another TP he's had to blow. Look at him, he's so poor now. It's 2 early TPs he's had to blow before the 5-minute mark. It's 270 gold for him. That's expensive. See another gank here, and Yao lifted, dumped back, waveform through. And the TP in from MMY, achieving nothing. At least he will just come here to leech the experience in the lane, while the Death Prophet isn't there. Pugner finds his Arcane Boots. I don't know how much this is going to do for him, though. Sylar right now, at least the Centaur is getting his farm up. If they can get the Blink Dagger up on the Centaur, maybe they can reverse their fortunes, get some pickoffs, and then start death balling. But of course, they're off to a bad start against the Terrorblade. That's about the last place you want to be. Maybe, though, they can find some pickoffs here against the Terrorblade. Is going to be tricky, though. He's quite squishy. We're going to get into Root Stomp, Double Edge coming through. Fissure as well. There we go. They should be able to find this. Soul Assumption to finish. Visage going to secure that kill. I say Visage. The only time he comes for a gank is when he can freaking steal your kill. Sylar now, just going to harass Chuan a little bit. This Batrider with the safe lane bottle, just stealing his runes as well. A little bit of harassment being done there on the tower, but not very much. And now Terrorblade is porting bottom, says, okay, top lane's no good. I'm going to farm bottom now. You're going to have to go top Batrider. And now it looks like there's the gank going to come out. No, he's just going to metamorphosize. And there's the lift as well. Sylar's very dead. Nothing to do about that. And we'll beat away his ward as well. So Terrorblade scoring himself a kill there on Sylar. And now he's going to sit bottom. And they're probably actually going to have Batrider. I think he'll probably just go into the jungle. He's had a decent start. He's on 24 and 5. Normally how his offlane goes ends up being a lot worse than that. Yeah, for the moment has avoided dying. However, he's not going to be able to get this rune. He's going to have to surrender that to Ferrari. There's a double damage too. And yeah, it looks like they might just focus on stacking as many of these camps as they can, and then just fireflying them down for that blink dagger. For the Batrider. Now LGD trying to put something in the Silas rotated as well. So, alright, well, bottom lane, I'm out of here now. They're just going to try and burst down this tier 1 top, which they should be able to clean up. It looks like there's not much of a rotation coming to defend it. Chuan is on his way. As we see another waveform for Ferrari, knocked out Destructors here. Yao though, taking serious right clicks. Stampede comes out, keeping Yao alive. In comes the Crypt Swarm, can we see? No, doesn't have a Totem Stomp. Won't be able to stop him there. Ferrari just going to try and right click him down. Is the tower damage enough? Maybe. Yes, no. Counterpulse coming through, trying to help him out. Still morphing strength. Faye, he's got up for the fissure. Will go down there as Earthshaker. Gonna pick up some of that experience and gold there from staying in range. Meanwhile, Terrorblade bottom lane will start putting some chip damage into the tier 1 bottom. As the tier 1 top, IG gets taken out. Pugna going up there and blasting it down. Faith, balls of steel. Those jukes. Man, that Morphling though, just right-clicking so damn hard. See Lich sacrificing some more. Death Prophet's still not level. This is for a solo mid to not be level 6 at 7.5 minutes in. That's pretty. That's just a testament to how badly she's been getting reamed in this lane. At the very least, she didn't die the last time though. Faith came in for the save. Chuan taking a heavy hit there with the Crepification. The Nether Blast. And there we go. With the pressure on the bottom lane, Terrorblade just goes, well, screw you guys, I'm jungling. What are you going to do about this? They're going to have to invade the jungle to try and find him and pick him off. If they want to get these all-important kills on the Terrorblade, trying to slow him down. He's picked up his power treads now as well. Hasn't gone for anything super greedy. Just bulking up a bit, going to make himself harder to kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Centaurs here. They've also got the Fissure if they want to go for it. Still only level 4 though. For the Earthshaker, so not ready for his ult just yet. See Yao. Is he gonna... No, it's gone already. Batrider's stolen it. It is an illusion rune. It's just starting to firefly down those waves. They've got a ward watching for rotations here, but it doesn't really spot the TPs coming in. See the smoke up though for LGD. Looking for this pick. I'm going to run straight to the Lich. Lich got tracked. He's going to get decrepified. Oh man, decrepification and fissure. And the Nether Blast. He just explodes. Unfortunately though, I mean, that's a highlight die moment there where he comes in and then just basically face taints the gank and saves his carry. Dying one for the team. Just walks straight into that gank. And Terrorblade will walk away because that smoke gank was meant for Terrorblade. They wanted him.
Radiant structures
Fortunately, just had to settle for the kill there on the Lich. Terrorblade says, well, screw that. I'm going mid now. Morphling, get out of my lane. Tier 1 bottom goes down. LGD taking 2 tier 1s by the 9-minute mark. This is decent progress considering they had a really crappy start for their Death Prophet. This is a pretty decent amount of progress. And also having Psylocke ganked once in the bottom lane too. Mech though, being built by Pugna, should be done fairly shortly. He's still got 1300 in the bank. I assume it's going to be a mech. I'd be really surprised if we saw a Crimson Guard on Pugna. Now though, I need to do something about this Morphling. The Morphling looks like he's going for a Midas. Oh man, that's a great... He's probably decided, you know what, since we've picked off this Death Prophet a few times, we've picked off this Death Prophet 3 times, this should be okay if I go for the greedy Midas. We're far enough ahead that I can afford to make this work. We see the smoke up here. Batrider, he's got his blink. Not going to go for mid, he's going to rotate top. Meanwhile, Yao just disappearing in the jungle, going to stack some creep camps and then just spam them down with Crypt Swarm. You see LGD also going for their own smoke gank, so it looks like what's the target though for IG's attention? They're probably just going to get an easy pick in. There's a lasso going to come in, going to drag him back there. They should be able to get this kill easily, and then should transition this into a tier 1 push. MFY though, he's kind of tanky. Flame Break will finish. And they will finish him off there. Now Morph, and they got it to Morph. They can't get him though. I don't think they can kill him. They just don't have enough lockdown there. And they're going to have to settle for, well, they don't have Exorcism, so it's going to be down to Pugna to blast down this tower. So tier 1 mid, they can get rid of this, they're going to really cut down on Morphling's farm space, especially with the Terrorblade running around as well. All their tier 1's down. Morphling's actually going to run into problems where he doesn't have a lot of room to farm. Terrorblade's going to be kind of greedy and try and take it off him. So tier 1 mid goes down for IG. Tier 1 top though, LGD's tier 1 top's taking a beating there. The Illusion's chopping away at it. As Terrorblade TP's out, decides he doesn't want to get involved here. Just checking, we might have some issues. Okay, got that sorted out. LGD, unfortunately, the smoke gang didn't find anything on the rotation. This is just settle for a tier 1 push. They did get a very important tower. This is going to open up the map much more for these ganks. It's going to make it so hard for Ferrari to find farm, hopefully, if these ganks keep coming out from LGD. So the rotation's coming through here. Smoking once again. Actually, do they have any smokes left? That might have been their last. Yeah, that was quite possibly, I think that's LGD's last smoke there, so hopefully they can make this one count. So the one before bounced, and oh, Lich again, probably going to face tank his gang for them. Stomp, double edge, and it looks like he's dead. Yes, Lich just gets blasted down there, so Lich tanking 2 of the smoke ganks, Pylo dice style. Oh man. Tanks 2 of the smoke ganks, and the third one whiffs. Didn't find anything there as well, so slightly unfortunate there for LGD. We'll have to settle for what they can get though. Hopefully they can find this blink on the Earthshaker. That'll really open up the game. So at the very least, they've got the blink on Centaur. But the Echo Slam is the thing that they want, just to completely destroy a fight straight away. We'll just allow them to push forward and just bust down towers really quickly if they had that kind of threat. Terribly though, again, the towers are down and he's just disappeared in the jungle. There's a lot of pinging coming out here actually. That's yellow. That's Lich ping. That's saying, hey, look out, they're probably rotating.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now, they do spot the Terrorblade farming here, and there we go. That's Earthshaker pinging that one out, I think. And Batrider just opting to steal something. Did he get that stack? I think he might have stolen that stack there.
Dire's top tower is
MMY
under
opted
attack.
to go
Dire's structures are
totally go for the down to
fortified.
courage first. This could lead to an early Roshan, especially once Exorcism is up, which it is actually. Death Prophet. She opts to go for Exorcism at level 8. Only the 3 levels in Witchcraft, but she has sacrificed 1 level for the Silence. Just down to a Prophet. There's a Stomp, double edge as well. Don't have the Silence just yet. Vision comes through. Ferrari, morphing strength for all his points. The Silence comes out. I don't think they can get him though. He's so tanky. Soul Assumption. Waveform into the trees. He doesn't have any mana though for the TP. No, he's trying to morph. He's trying to get it now. He should get a TP. Unless the Pigeon Stomp comes in. No, it doesn't come through. They could have actually stopped that TP there. As now July actually might burn out here if he's not careful. Soul Assumption. They get the kill there on the Earthshaker, but they will bring in the Morphling in the end. As Chuan is now fleeing the pigeons. They're after him. Batrider as well, also taking a spell. Chuan trying to run to the corners. The trees, they're not safe. Vision comes out, gets blown up by Decrepified. Nether Blast. And Chuan throwing out the fissure. He was hoping the fissure block there from the stolen fissure would work out. It did not. MMY manages to sneak away on low health. Meanwhile though, while this fight's going on, Terrorblade farming away, currently on 85 CS, and he doesn't have the highest net worth though. Pugna does, but they do have 3 towers compared to the 1 on IG, so that might be the difference there.
A lucky find.
But they didn't, LGD didn't expend the Exorcism net, so they could quickly go. I believe that they could quite easily try. Actually, maybe not. They are up against a Chain Frost and fighting in the pit with the Chain Frost around. As long as they intercept the ledge, it should be okay. But there we go, the blink, the stomp, double edge not coming through. Oh, July maybe regretting this. He's bumped into 3 people. Says, oh my god, what have I done? Trying to flee. Exorcism's coming out though. We don't have Sunder available for CI either. And it looks like they're actually going to pick up Death Prophet. She's too damn squishy. She goes down. Terrorblade just chomps her down there. And now, oh, disaster for LGD. Their gang goes all pear-shaped there. They will pick up 3 heroes. Lose 2 in return though as MMY and Sala find another hero on the return. They're picking off the Rubik. Chuan walking into that one. And now Terrorblade Illusion just causing trouble. Terrorblade himself though hiding. No TP though. So he's just going to try and cut himself a hidey hole here. And the chances are, I don't think LGD are going to look for that. They're going to assume he's TP'd out or something. Buys himself... Oh, okay. So Terrorblade is worried about their early game and mid game. And says, screw it. I'm getting the cheapest, most cost-effective item I can find. And it's going to be a Sanjin Yasha. Which conceivably he could break down later just to build the Manta. And then either, well, get rid of the Sanjin. Or probably actually just build it... Yeah, Heaven's Halberd would be cheap, cost-effective evasion and health, but they don't really have anybody who's the active on unless Crit Shaker shows up for no reason, but yeah. I think he's just saying, screw it, I've got to get something online as quick as possible. This gives me move speed, gives me damage, gives me attack speed, and more importantly, gives me health, and I don't like being squishy right now. We'll see where he goes with that, though. I have seen a couple of Terrorblades just when they feel like they're under, like their team is under a lot of pressure, they're losing towers, they'll just say, screw it, I'm getting Sanjin Yasha. Unfortunately, that fight there. Centaur, he just got overzealous, jumped in. Didn't realize he was jumping into 3. And the fact was a little bit, couldn't quite get in there in time. Doesn't have his own Blink Dagger just up yet because he is doing almost all the, in fact, probably all the support because Visage is now working on his Scepter. Pugna now. Just trying to blast down this tower, trying to cause some trouble for them. The wraparound is coming. The IG is getting ready while they're counter pushing top with Ferrari. Doesn't have a replicator, but he can TP in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
IG gonna make a play here though. Echo Slammer's up. There we go. Blink Lasso on side. They're trying to bring him down. You can see a Solar Sub coming out on June. June taking a lot of damage. Solar back up. He's low mana. Stomps down. He comes through. June down some trouble. July's gonna take a fall. He will take June with him though. And the Stolen Fissure comes out as well. And they'll trade 2 for 1 there in LGD's favor. Batrider and Lich getting picked off, trading a Centaur in return, managing to save. Centaur managing to dive in there and save Sylar. Unfortunately, Sylar was really low mana, so he couldn't just turn around and life drain his way back to victory there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just the arcane boots at the moment. Terrorblade. He's definitely not getting the net worth that he really wants at the moment. He had a decent start of the farm. Like, he's ahead pretty much. He's ahead of the entire. It's just a tower difference right now that's letting me in behind. But this isn't exactly, naturally, well, it's not exactly a terrible thing to have happen. Because these towers are essentially like a savings account. He's going to get the gold eventually, but right now he's doing pretty decently on the farm. So as the game progresses, he is going to eventually get pretty damn big because he's already off to a good start, relatively speaking. Morphling also farming. I think they're having trouble finding him a lot of CS at the moment, though, just because those towers have gone down, so the farming space is being constrained a bit. But with LGD's gank in that jungle getting repelled, I think they're going to be a bit bolder. And LGD are going to have to be a little bit more conservative about how they go into this jungle. The whole Centaur goes in first alone thing, probably not the best result for them. Batrider finds a 4-staff. July still looking for his own one. And Faith desperately needs a Blink Dagger. His positioning, even with a Stampede, he really needs that Blink Dagger for positioning. Death Prophet, oh man, 900 health. If she gets jumped there by the lasso, she's in a lot of trouble. She does at least have the Yules up now, but she's still very squishy. They do have the mech though, from Pugna. See more, Batrider TPing bot. Batrider could... It's actually conceivable Batrider could get a solo kill there on the Death Prophet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
If he doesn't use the blink straight away to get on top of her, it's conceivable that he could quite easily run her down. See Sylar though, just spamming up.
Dire's middle tower
The light train
has
just to
been
clear off those
denied.
Lucians. Meanwhile, Death Prophet realizes she's in trouble. Blinks, lasso, dragging back to the farm. No thinking a pump stack here, but there's reinforcements coming. She is a dust gets popped there by Chuan. I think that was a misclick. It's Blink, Stomp, Double Edge going to come in. Chuan taking critical damage. Will go down there as the Chain Frost comes out and whiffs, bouncing on the creep.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But in the end there, a really good result for IG, picking off the Death Prophet before she can get into the push on this tier 2 bottom. And meanwhile,
Dire's
Terrorblade
top tower has
just
fallen.
split pushing for all he's worth, taking in the tier 2 for LGD in the top lane. So at the very worst here, they're going to trade 1 for 1 and got the better return there on the kills. This is a slight problem for June. If he's not careful and he Fireflies to begin the fight, he Fireflies and he gets pinged by the ward. As we see the Fissure though, messing up. Oh, July trying to get back. Gets Frost Blast. Well, should be able to escape here though. No, he gets lifted. He's in trouble now. Chuan though gets Crepified. Backs off immediately. They will manage to disengage this successfully.
Dire's middle tower is
This is
under
definitely
attack.
not a good sign. It's Terrorblade saying, you know what, I can destroy these towers, monster them down. So now Wavebomb through. Pugna now in some trouble. Still has the mechanism if he needs it. Degrapify used. And Morphling will jump out with a replicate. Back up to the top lane, in fact. Now Chuan is circling the Dire jungle, saying something's on in there, watch out. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure why Chuan. He's got the dust, but nobody's going invis, and it's not generally something you bowl preemptively against an invisibility rune, so I don't know where you're going with that. Anyway, yeah, though, possibly in some trouble. You'll get picked off. Oh, he's so squishy. Just cannot find the room he needs to get any of these items up. He's even got an Ogre Club now. It's just not enough. And the problem is, if he goes into a BKB to try and shut down some of the magic damage coming out, it's not going to be what he needs either, because he's just getting blown up by his Terrorblade illusions, and Morphling just right-clicking, and Morphling as well just went into a BKB after that Midas. Just going for the fighting, right-clicking Morphling. I think this is definitely a good build here for IG. The early game went so nicely for them. Death Prophet just had such a bad start. She's never gotten to this game, and I really feel like it was a mistake to prioritize these items in the Visage, because right now what LGD need is a massive Alpha Strike on top of IG to try and blow them up before the fight even begins. And we've seen the last couple of skirmishes, it's actually been the Batrider who's been opening up the fight, getting the initiation off, and it's picking up key people, or at least forcing for bad trades. The Blink Dagger on Urshak just dials the hero up to 11. They just don't have that. Whereas, yeah, you get the extra bird on Visage, but
That should help.
it's just not going to win a fight in the same way that just Urshak coming out of nowhere and freaking Echo Slamming you, or just getting off that perfect Visage block will change a fight. Good for pushing though, but he's just not getting the speed that they needed either. It's 22 minutes and he doesn't have it up and running yet. Considering they've been prioritizing, like his Visage is mostly just farming too. As we see Chuan blinks in. Oh man, gets a great steal too. Fissure, such a good spell for Ruby to open the fight with, and then looks for just Fissure, lift, Fissure, looks for another spell to steal. Can cause utter chaos in these
Dire's
fights.
middle tower is under attack.
We see an Observer Ward being dropped. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower is
Randomly
under
dropped
attack.
there, will be picked up by the courier. Just using the illusions to chip the towers. Tier 2 bottom for the Dire. Ferrari split pushing top, just finding farm as well. And he's going for a shotgun now. Which is good and bad, I guess. It's really going to help make the Death Rocket super squishy though. Terrorblade illusions just being sent into Scout. As there's the BKB done for Terrorblade. Too bad. As long as they get the jump on him with the Fissure, they're probably going to be okay. And the Stampede coming forward, looking for a pick off on Tron. Jumps in, 4 starts in, will get picked off then with a Hoof Stomp and follow up with the Fissure. It's all in fine, just a support pick off for a Stampede. That's kind of expensive considering they need to put some pressure on this Morphling and this Terrorblade. IG, their supports have just been face tanking these rotations and ganks. Just taking one for the team. Now IG don't have to worry about the Stampede either.
Dire's middle tower
LGD.
is under attack.
Currently, not a huge thing to write home about. $4,000 lead, but in the context of the hero composition, that's kind of an issue for LGD. They're really not looking to be in good shape here. 4,000 experience lead as well. June, yeah, he's got nothing new here. Just his 4 staff still. Has got 2.7k in the bank though. Death Prophet still looking for, I assume that's going towards a BKB next. Lich just trying to tank up as well. Just trying to make sure he doesn't get blasted down immediately in the fights. Ferrari's getting very close to that shotgun. The blade, the Ethereal Blade. Goes forward, there we go, has found his blink. Echo Slam, not a great one though. Bounces off 2 heroes. And now the 4-star 4 Stampede's back up, will adapt to strike shots on the face. The Eagles gets thrown up there, they will go force up June away. June tries to escape, doesn't get away though. The Terrorblade opposite, yeah, screw it, BKB, TP out. I'm not wasting my time with this. Find a nice pick-off on the Batrider, but still don't get that carry pick-off that they need. And it doesn't transition into a tower push just yet either, and it probably won't. It's only 30 seconds from back, needing to respawn here. Finally, Earthshaker, they were giving him that farm in the mid lane too. Death Prophet was just crypt swarming and allowing him to Fissure down the creep wave. push on the tier 2 mid is going to come out here, but now they're missing Stampede and Echo Slam, and Exorcism will be back up in a moment, but this fight could go badly for them. The missing Stampede, or Stampede should be up in a second, but
middle tower is under attack.
they don't have the Echo Slam, and they've also revealed the fact that Earthshake has to blink out down for a second. Are they going to try and contest this IG? Just maybe they're just going to let this go. Morphling and Terrorblade are finding farm in the side lanes here, and Terrorblade's chipping away at the tier 2, the Dire over here as well. Just sending solutions in one after the other. Just wary of the TPs coming in.
Dire's
As Fade dumps a ward down here on the high ground, they might transition to a tier 2 push on top in a second. I don't know if they can pick off this Morphin, they've still got to replicate up. So here the Stampede come out, and they will just go on an illusion. Unfortunately, was that the replicate? It was. Chuan smoked up though. IG looking for a pick off here. Maybe they can find one. If they drag someone to the high ground, they could easily pick him off.
Dire's bottom tower is
Doesn't look like it's going to happen though. LGD staying close and we'll just back off together. Terrorblade. Illusion Rune bottom. Death Prophet has opted to come up to the bottom lane. LGD's splitting a little bit now, but they will blink out. And she also does. The Death Prophet finding herself a BKB, but this doesn't solve the problem. She has 5 armor. And I don't think they have any armor. No, they've got the mech and that's about it. Yeah, so she has 5 armor. Terrorblade and Morphling are going to destroy her with right clicks. Could be a problem. At the very least, she doesn't have to worry about the shotgun from the Morphling, hopefully, but still. The right clicks are going to be a real threat. You see Morphling's Ethereal Blade is done. Lich buys himself a gem, just trying to get rid of these wards. Death Prophet finding an Invis rune. Not that she's going to be able to do too much with that against the gem. And Ferrari, 1700 health at the moment. They're going to try and go for this though. Here we go, Blink, Stomp, Ethereal, Banishment there as well. They're using the purification. Ferrari though, ouch! Oh, the burst damage. I didn't think they could get that, but they do as Chuan manages to get a steal on Stampede and will then blink away and TP out. Great steal there from Chuan, but it does come at the cost of a Morphling. Morphling getting caught with his pants down. Couldn't BKB in time and will get picked off as Lich just settles for some dewarding, using the courier to spot the high ground. Terrorblade no mana, so they can't really fight this until at least he goes and mana's up. Which should actually buy enough time for LG to blast down this tier 2, I think. Especially if Death Prophet turns up, though she's actually mid at the moment. Looks like they're going to try
top tower is under
and
attack.
defend this anyway, a bit. Not really committing. Everybody's standing far back because no one can jump. The Earthshaker. Not being seen here, but the wall has been stuck back up there. Sign out. He's jumped on there, but Ledge taking one. Champion stuck down. Gonna bounce between the two heroes there. The Centaur can put that over the creep wave though. Exorcism comes out and they're going to settle for the pick off there on the back line. It will come at the cost of fate though. But it's definitely worth it there. Especially since the Echo
Radiant's
Slam
top tower has fallen.
already expended. But now Manta coming out for Terrorblade. Oh, that could be a Skadi actually. And he might not actually want a Manta against the Echo Slam, so we'll see. But if he wants to, he could break this. He could break this. Yeah, if he wanted to break down the Sanji Ashi, he would, because he's got the money for the Manta. But he's just going straight for a Skadi now. Yeah, in this scenario, the Manta's not fantastic either. It's good for knocking off the Death Prophet silence if he's already used his BKB, but overall, could leave him just going to hurt his teammates more. And a Hex comes out for Pug. Now, this is some of the big items they need. If they can get another Hex up as well, if Death Prophet can find her Hex, or even, God forbid, Visage finds one as well, double Hexes, or even triple Hexes, can completely turn a game around. Just the CC factor from a Hex is so freaking good. And it really helps them punish misplays too. There we go, some dewarding being done again. Juden realizes they were spotted up from that high ground once again. Morphling, they're looking for the pick off again on him. We don't have the decrepification. Yes, we do. Here it comes now, but Ferrari might just empty it. He's going to go, holy shit. Waveform's out, so screw this, I'm out. Replicate as well. Looks at this is, nah, I'm out. Nope. And the push in on mid. From IG, no, they are going to rotate bottom. They have done a bit of chip to the tier 2 bottom, but more to the mid though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Did the fissure go out there? Aegis is down. And a BKB being picked up for the Centaur. Ooh. It's going to help him not get counter-picked when he... or basically get counter-jumped when he goes in there to set up the fights. But, yeah, the problem is a lot of the damage from IG at this point in time is physical from this point out. He might have actually... It's going to at least allow him to dodge the Chain Frost, so of course Chain Frost is a pain in the ass. Barrett does pick up a BKB, this really does leave LGD vulnerable beginning jump. They don't have any superior magic skills, so it's going to be very easy for LGD to get jump there and just lose somebody to the lasso. But now smoke up there, it's going to be bounced by Lich again. Do you see him though? I think that, yeah, they definitely saw Stampede comes out, but they don't find any targets. Everybody's TPing out saying, well, we're out, boys. Oh man, that Lich. So what, 2-3 smoke gangs now that Lich is completely ruined. I think that's his third smoke gang that he's completely screwed up. They're looking for a major pick-off on one of IG's core heroes, and he just disrupts it every single time. Not even, it just happens to be in the right place at the right time. Do they think this is a real bat? No, they throw out the life drain there just to check, and it blows up that illusion. This is going to be a slight issue for the Terrorblade though, the fact that they just blow up his illusion so easily with the life drain, but if they do that, that's an extremely expensive amount of, like, extremely expensive for Pugner to keep doing. It's 225 mana each time he does it. But he does have the Hex now, so we'll see. Triple Birds out about there. Vision had that for a little while. We'll see where he goes next. I really feel like he could really just do with more Hex. Anything they can do to stop these Terrorblade illusions from clicking them down in the fights is going to be a big deal. Chuan hasn't found anything particularly new just yet. Let's see the replica come out there. Morphling just putting that replica up while he farms mid, hoping he can use it to bounce away. And are they pinging for another smoke? I'm pretty sure that's a dire pinging there. Doesn't look like they've got it available unless somebody's carrying. No, I don't think they have any smokes available unless it's on the current. No, it's not. Speaking of smokes though, IG is smoking up. This might actually be them trying to sneak in a rush attempt, which actually isn't there. Yeah, they just run into the rush pit and discover, oh, still respawning, never mind. It's going to be a wasted smoke for them, unless they try and, I don't think they can actually backdoor that tower. Yeah, the smoke's about to wear off, so it's a wasted attempt for them. They're probably just going to see that, most likely, LGD are in the top lane now, as Death Prophet reveals herself. It's just a lot of wasted time there. At least though Morphling was farming during this. It's got 3.1k in the bank as well. The ping up the Death Prophet saying, if we just stayed up here, if they were patient, they could have picked her off. Does she TP here by herself? Earthshaker's here now, and there we go. Blink Lasso, Blink Fissure coming. No, it's too far away. Cancels the Fissure. BKB Yule's being tossed out there on the Death Prophet, trying to keep himself alive. Throws at the Fissure, gonna block off the Terrorblade. And they will manage to escape there as Pugger actually comes in from the side. Alright, they're happy to see scenes at the moment. Dampy use Pugger, get the Hex, Decrypt. Blast gonna come through. It's on Lich. However, here comes Terrorblade, gonna just monster side here. There comes the Flame Breaks, knocking for BKB on Terrorblade. They can't really do anything about him. Exorcism though is out and about. The Force can clean him up here. I don't think so. Silo life draining for his work. No, he goes down. It's a killing spree here. Terrorblade. Lich gets taken out. Buyback there from Earthshaker, but Fizz is down for Echoes from him. Comes in, Faith is back in. Ferrari fully well, can clean him up, doesn't look like it. He will walk away. No, Fissure block. Waveform, not enough mana, can't escape him. We'll just TP out instead. But that's 3 heroes down for LGD, plus a buyback they had to use, all for a Lich. Oh, that's a 3,400 gold swing. That is not good news for them at all. And Terrorist Blade here. Oh boy. That is all hell now. That's Scardy in that fight, crippling.
Middle tower has fallen.
Just locked down his opponents and preventing them from fleeing from him. And this is the problem. With that BKB up, they've got no silence, no superior magic disables. Death Prophet did a ton of damage and she burned him down. Even through his armor, they were bursting him down, but they just don't have the right amount of burst damage to just get through 20 armor. And the fact that they get Terrorblade lower and then just sunder somebody. Thanks for their health. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Pretty much, they get like... Pugner jumping on the Lich, I feel like was a mistake. He blew the Hex, blew the Decrypt, blew their opening salvo on a Lich. It's just a Lich. Chain Frost is only level, it's not even a level 3 Chain Frost. He's level 11 at 36 minutes in. This is not your problem. I guess they thought that IG were more scattered than they were, but just IG immediately turned and fought there. Their Hexes have to go out in this Terrorblade, or at least the Morphling. They cannot afford to waste the early CC there. Because otherwise, they are just going to lose to them in the fights.
Double damage.
And Terrorblades quite conceivably could wind up with close to 30 armor towards the end of this game. Especially when some more auras start coming out for him. But he's 21 natural armor right now. And then smoke comes in from IG. They're ready to get this. That's in the illusion in. Earthshaker though does have Echo. Does get a vision block off. Just step. He gets ripped out. The T now. Shooting away on the Centaur. 4 times up the cliff. Should be able to get away. But Yao is down to focus their attention. He goes down. They've lost Earthshaker. Lost the Death Prophet. And they will have to back up. Silo's about to go down as well. He just gets popped there. Visage manages to catch it. But it will just die a second time around. And there we go, down goes Visage. That's 5 if we count the Visage dying for once. Triple kill for Ferrari, and they lose no heroes in return.
Dire's top
That's
tower
another
is under attack.
4,100 gold swing. And LGD, this looks like their last moments in the game. Unless they can pull a miracle out of their pocket. Unfortunately, if the one thing that LGD have going for them is they have the better initiation. If IG continues, just gets the good initiation off, or LGD blow their initiation on basically weak, useless heroes, then they're really going to regret it. Because Terrorblade is going to chew them apart, Mortals will chew them apart. Terrorblade is the 31 armor with the frost armor. It's not even missing the frost armor either. He should be able to just come here and hit his calls. So this is the first best of 2 series. IG will take the first game out in a fairly convincing fashion. Unfortunately, LGD, they needed a good early game here. They drafted for a good early game and didn't get some really good rotations from Swan and mid-lane to shut down Death Prophet. And with the supports that the Dire had, the Earthshaker just couldn't get in there fast enough, and Visage is too damn greedy. They just could not back him up. And on top of the fact that Death Prophet's farm was limited, and XP gain as well was limited not only by the ganks, but by the fact there was a dual lane with a Lich in the mid lane. That was rough for her. On the flip side, probably shouldn't have died to the first gank there to just basically a Frost Blast. That was questionable to say the least. But anyway, guys, this is Triumph Man. I'm casting the Synergy Southeast Asian League. There is a ticket available in the store, so if you want the ticket as well as the Flame Hawk set for Lena, make sure you pick that up. It's only $10. But otherwise, stay tuned. We've got game number 2 with IG versus LGD coming out. Can LGD tie this series up or 1-1? We'll see. Stay tuned, guys.